awakening is here. When I say great awakening, what I mean is AI. Artificial intelligence has been awakened. It has been awakened in apps like ChatGPT. More than ever, life is a thinking man's game. It's survival of the fittest. And now man is tasked with the difficult question of how to survive against robots and artificial intelligence. How to consistently make a living in a world where robots are quickly becoming the best employees, the smarter decision makers, and fastest analysts. Not just that, but people are so distracted by the advantages AI offers that we don't even realize how useless we are becoming, especially our young people. And that way, I think AI has already manipulated most of us into being subservient slaves. We scroll, we click, and we receive little doses of dopamine every time we bite on an image, article, or pre-selected curry that has been provided to us by whatever app we use in this artificial intellect. We post content whenever it's viewed or liked, we receive a small dosage of dopamine, and we become addicted to the dopamine that's associated with views and likes. So we are ever craving more and more views and likes in order to receive more dopamine, and that's before you add money to the equation. We already know what people are willing to do for money. Meanwhile, we are presented with the irresistible choice of receiving more dopamine with each and every technological advancement. The mere thought of someday being able to ride a flying motorcycle gets us high. While we're training our children to use weapons that can destroy the lives of other human beings, we're failing to educate them about the dangers of allowing artificial intelligence to go unchecked. We're not even thinking about that. Most of us go about our daily lives thinking that someone else will figure out the hard stuff for us. The rest of us are too busy trying to make a living, and we just don't have time to care about these things until it's too late. Trust me, these social media apps know how to manipulate people into being losers. The algorithm is totally supportive of shocking and negative behavior. Why do you think these young rap artists are all being killed and incarcerated? It's because a positive lifestyle wouldn't get any views on these apps. Being positive is just not shocking enough to boost a post or live stream. And something has to be done about that, but nobody is even thinking about it. Politicians aren't talking about it. They might not even be aware of it themselves. I think the technological cat has gotten out of the bag in a way that has left the entire planet in a sort of analysis paralysis. By the time we figure out what needs to be done about the problems of one technological advance, there are 2 to 3 more technological advances that are running around totally unchecked, causing problems that aren't even on our radar. And that's going to have catastrophic consequences for the future of civilization. Mark my words. We're already seeing recessions, hyperinflation, and financial crisis all over the globe as a direct result of robots replacing human beings in the workplace. But our young people could care less. They have social media. They have plenty of distractions to keep them complacent, unmotivated, and hooked on irrational get-rich-quick schemes. Their role models are everything but hard-working citizens. They prefer to idolize villains and self-proclaimed demons, most of whom have never had a job, with many of them being gunned down and murdered before reaching the age of 30 years old. They use modern technology to organize their gangs, commit crime, and promote street agendas and daily beasts. Again, a lot of this daily behavior is due to AI algorithms that have a tendency to reward and promote shocking and confrontational content. It's well known in the streets of the ghetto how quickly a violent confrontation can go viral. So most of these young idolized rap icons are just banging for viral moments, and so are the people who look up to them. It doesn't take a chef to see that this is a recipe for disaster. The problem with all this is, while human beings are becoming more and more replaceable in the workplace by robots, the majority of our young people are turning towards social media and digital content as a means of survival. Some of them use social media as a means to set up home invasions and robberies that often become deadly. And police and law enforcement is having a hard time keeping up with it all. No cap, that's enough to give anybody a headache. But like I already said, more than ever, life is now a thinking man's game that's quickly becoming a thinking robot's game. And most people are having trouble keeping up. So where does that leave them? Better yet, where does that leave us? It's no secret that more and more people are turning to drugs to cope. It's safe to say that in America, hundreds of thousands of people rely on the drug game as a means of income, while hundreds of thousands of others use drugs for mental and emotional recreation. This has also been impacted by recent technological advances such as cryptocurrency, the dark web, IP address scrambling apps, and high-performance encryption software. Not to mention, marijuana is legal in more and more states each day, which opens a huge backdoor market in cities and states where the drug is still considered illegal. At a time when the minds of people need to be focused and clear most, we are regularly seeing legislation to legalize mind-altering drugs throughout the world. Yet we are also seeing flying vehicles of all kinds, manned and unmanned. How do we get people ready for that if they're high? Car accidents are at an all-time high due to drivers being distracted by their cell phones. Is the human being really mature enough to handle flying cars? My guess is we'll be relying on robots to fly those too. As the world turns, if you don't keep up, you're gonna get left behind. The game don't wait. Life on Earth is quickly becoming more and more sophisticated. Even the United States government will be left behind if it doesn't find a way to adjust and adapt to the many ways the world is changing. We need world leaders who understand the gravity of the moment. The American government is going to have to find alternative ways to make money without taxing the people. And that's not going to be easy, but it can be done. It must be done in order for the people to have a real appreciation for government and not feel so misused and betrayed by our government officials. If we haven't learned anything from the cryptocurrency wave, we should have learned that people are extremely tired of the government's hand being in their pockets. Especially when the gap between the rich and poor is wider than ever and steadily increasing, plus robots replacing people in the workplace, yet the cost of living is rising. The January 6th Capitol Hill riot is an indication of how frustrated people are with the current political climate. In so many ways, people are desperate for honest political leaders who understand and appreciate their sacrifices. And at the same time, people are more interested in financial freedom than almost anything else. That's why Bitcoin was so successful. It represents a kind of financial freedom that people haven't seen since the gold standard. Yet, it's a major threat to government rule, primarily because the government gets its money from the people. So Bitcoin in its true form can never exist under the current governing systems. But Bitcoin is not going to go away. Not after so many people have actually tasted that kind of financial freedom. A smart governing body will understand this and will be working day and night to come up with a way to govern without taxing the people. Because like it or not, the future is tax-free. And the government by the people is no longer going to be able to tax the people unless that tax is extremely low. This Great Awakening is going to bring financial disasters that are worse than the Great Depression. A lot of people are going to be put out of work, and I don't think all those people will be able to rebound or find a living doing some kind of digital content. Older people, 55 and up, will probably be the biggest losers, mainly due to them being less tech savvy than younger people and less physically capable to do those odd jobs that robots won't be able to fill. And it's all happening so fast. What's ironic is that companies are looking to employ robots in order to save money. Meanwhile, they are employing less people, which ultimately means less people will be on the buy side of the cash register. So instead of saving money, in the long run, these companies will find themselves losing money. For he who loses an employee has removed a customer from the buy space. It's just like that board game called Monopoly. Once one person has all the money, the game is over. So it is in life. Once the rich have all the money, the game of business is over and the door to revolution is open wide. Maybe that's the real reason why they're weaponizing robots. Classrooms will be empty. People will be taught on the move by their bots, smartphones, and virtual assistants. Education will be downloaded onto a microchip, purchased and placed under one's skin. That's if there's any need to be educated at all. We are living in a time where technology is advancing faster than ever before, and artificial intelligence is playing a major role in that. AI is the ability of a computer or a robot to think, learn, and make decisions like humans. It is revolutionizing the way we live and work and is quickly becoming a major part of our lives. AI is already being used in numerous industries, such as healthcare, finance, and transportation. In healthcare, AI is being used to diagnose diseases, monitor vital signs, and even perform surgeries. In finance, AI is being used to automate financial processes, analyze market trends, and better investment decisions. The world is moving fast. As the world turns, we're going to become more and more. As the world turns, we are going to become more and more acquainted with artificial intelligence. I just hope we're ready. Are you ready?